महागुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. I came very late due to certain reason. Anyway, just a half an hour. I speak something. Purupakshi told, Swamiji was replying, Ramanuja's Paksha. Paksha means Ramanuja followers' idea that Swatasiddha Anubhava Matrat Aikatmasya. Ekatmata, there is no pramana for Ekatmata. That was their argument. Their contention was that for Ekatva there is no pramana. It is true. Vedantin says, Swamiji says, for Ekatva we don't need pramana. It is not pramana siddha. Pramana siddha means through a thought. It is not proven through a thought of it. In fact, it is the basis of the very thought. It is the self-existing consciousness in which thoughts arise. Thoughts appear due to the consciousness. Thoughts appear within the consciousness. Consciousness is independent of thoughts. Consciousness is independent of thoughts. Therefore, consciousness is not due to thoughts. Okay. Existence, that is self-existence, Swatasiddha, Atma, self-existence is not due to a thought. In fact, thoughts appear in the self-existent Atma. Therefore, Atma Ekatvam, the oneness of Atma, is self-existent. So that self-existence Atma is not due to any pramana, because it is the basis of even pramana. Pramanas, pramata, prameyam, all these function within the Atma. Atma itself is independent and self-existent. Yat tavad ashankyate nirvishesha chinmatre pramanam napashyamaha iti. So we don't find, their objection was, we do not find any pramana that reveals the nirvishesha chinmatram, indistinguished consciousness, unspecified consciousness. Natena kinchit anishtamapadyate asmakam. We don't. So this objection doesn't disturb us. Okay. This objection means that there is no pramana to prove the unspecified consciousness is not a problem for us, because there is no pramana. Doesn't matter, let there be no pramana, because we are not depending upon pramana to prove the Atma, which is self-existent and self-established. Nahi vayam pramana balena aikatmyam pratipadyamahe. We are not coming to conclusion. Pratipadyamahe, we understand. We come to a conclusion of ekatvam. We come to understand the ekatvam not on the strength of pramanas. Kintu swatasiddhameva aikatmyam shastrena upadishyate. What is already self-existence, you are reminded. It is something you are reminded of what is already in your consciousness. You are only just suggested. Vedanta only makes a suggestion, only makes points out. Vedanta points out already existing, what is already existing in your anubhava. It doesn't bring a new fact into your anubhava. See, Vedanta doesn't bring a new fact, an unknown fact into your anubhava. What is already existing in you as your anubhava, it only turns your attention towards it. It makes a suggestion. It points out. Points out means what? What can you point out? Tell me. You can point out what is already in your awareness. See, two things are there. You are aware of it, but your focus is on one of them, not another. Both are in your awareness. See, here are the things on your table. I give you an example. Here, there are several things on this table. All of them you are seeing, but you don't know which particular one. So you are focusing your attention on one particular thing, and then we say some other thing which is already in your consciousness. That means what is already a matter of your experience, we only just point out. Okay. Shruti only turns your attention because your attention is preoccupied in a given thing. Your attention is occupied in a given thing, though you are aware of. Sometimes you see, I'll give you an example. These are all illustrations, don't mean exactly. Just as one human being's example I have given you. A person has come and sitting in front of you, and you think that he is only one of the audience, one of the listeners only. The main speaker is yet to come. The person has come and seated there. And then you are seeing all the people and still you are waiting. The person is expected, person has not come, expected person has not come. Then somebody comes and he says, what are you waiting for? He says, I am waiting for the speaker. Is he not the one? He is sitting here right in front of you. Oh, is he the one? I thought he is one of the listeners alone. So you are looking at the person, you are seeing him, he is sitting right in front of you, you have not recognized him to be a particular person. Similarly, Atma is in your consciousness, because consciousness is Atma. It is a way of telling. In your consciousness don't mean there is Atma and consciousness, two things. Consciousness is yourself. So, but your mind is focusing on something within your consciousness. It is focusing your attention on one part of your consciousness. You only have to release your focus from the one particular part and spread it to the whole consciousness. See the difference? There is a field of your consciousness. From your field of consciousness, that is your mind, in your field of consciousness, your attention is focused on a given thing, a part of your consciousness. So your attention is focused, is limited, is confined to a part of your consciousness. What Shastra does is release your attention from the one part of it and let it spread to the whole consciousness. That's all. You discover the whole Atma. Generally, see, as you enter the room, generally you look at the whole room. Instead of the whole room, one particular thing catches your attention. You immediately look at that and you get stuck there alone. And then after looking at it for a while, looking at a person for a while, then you go away. Then other people say, oh, there were other people like that, this was like that, this was like that, this was like that. You wonder it. Oh, are there so many things? Were there so many other people? Oh, I didn't know. But they say, but you were with us. You were with us in the room. Didn't you see? They were here. They were there only right in front of us. Yes, but I. He saw them some vaguely. See, other parts he sees them vaguely. One particular part he focuses his attention. Other parts he pays them just vaguely and generally. This is the human condition. Human condition is the consciousness focuses his attention on one particular thing, and the other part of the consciousness it just vaguely sees. So this is a imbalanced view. What is the imbalanced view? You focus attention on one part of it, and that one part of the whole consciousness. What Vedanta does is release your attention from that one particular part and generalize it to the whole consciousness. See, our consciousness is focused on the body, mind and sense organs. Our consciousness is attached or identified. Our consciousness is focused on a particular thing like body. I am the body. I am the mind. I am the consciousness. What is I? I is in fact a notion born as a result of your limited focus. The I is the sense of I, aham, nanu, the idea of I, the I-ness, the I notion, aham notion, aham pratyaya. The notion of I is only limiting your consciousness, limiting your attention to a particular area. That limitation to a particular area, as much as your focus is limited, that limitation of your focus is called aham buddhi. Then what is sharanagati? Then what is surrender? That focused attention. Attention focused, attention limited to one area, you have to release it from that one particularity. Release it from particularity, make it vast. That's what it means. You surrender to the entire field of consciousness. See, the world is a part of your consciousness. Sun is in your consciousness. Moon is in your consciousness. Earth is in your consciousness. Sky, wind, that is air, and the mountains, forest, rivers, oceans, everything is in your consciousness. But generally, we focus attention on a given thing, one small thing. So the consciousness, when it is limited to one particular point, one particular object, that is called pratyaya. That is called antakarana. What is antakarana and atma? Atma is the whole consciousness. Antakarana is one part of it. It is like water and a wave. Water is the entire water. Wave is one part of it. One circumcised, that means one circumscribed a particular part, a limited, a taken, this much alone you take it. Your attention is only on one part of it, only this much, excluding the remaining part. Okay, from the whole water, you pay attention, you take a part of it and exclude the remaining part. This exclusive attention, focusing on one and leaving out the remaining. Some and remaining. Take some and leave out the other. This divisiveness is called Dvaitam. Our consciousness is divisive. Divisive means what? I am body. But the world is also in your consciousness. Yes. If world is in your consciousness, why do you say body alone is you? Why don't you say the entire world is you? You say, how can I be that? I am only the body. See, he talks like that. But why do you say body is you? Because it is in my awareness. Then world is also in your awareness. Other people also in your awareness. You see these houses, earth and the water and the sun and the moon and the star and the whole sky. Everything is in your awareness. It is in awareness, but I am only the body. He is unable to understand why I am limited like this. Why I am jiva like this. See, why I am limited jiva like this? Because your attention is focused on one thing, okay, and you leave out the others. Not only, see 2 points here, not only your consciousness is divided, or consciousness is divided means you take up one part and other parts you leave out. Not only that, there is one more point is happening. You watch. Not only you divide consciousness, this much and remaining, but this one particular part you have selected, you stay as that. You take this as a focal point. You stay as that point, and from this point you look at the other. Okay. Now, for example, I'll tell you. You say this hand is mine, this hand is mine. Both are mine. When you look at two of your hands, where are you? Both our hands are mine. All the parts are mine. You take the body. All the parts of the body are mine. Supposing you take this right hand alone is mine. That means you are stationed. You are stationed in right hand, then left hand looks like outside you, other than you. Now in the body, tell me, where are you stationed in the body? Where are you located? Stationed means located. Where are you located in the body? No. I cannot locate myself in the body. The entire body is me. Me means my consciousness. You look at where is your consciousness. Is your consciousness located in one particular part of the body? They say our brain is the center of the body. Some people say heart is the center of the body. The Tindipotas say stomach is the center of the body. Okay, I'm just giving example. So some people say stomach is the center of the body. Some people say heart is the center of the body. Or some people say brain is the center of the body. Where is your consciousness? Tell me. As a conscious being, where is your consciousness of the body located? That means consciousness is you. You as a consciousness, where are you located in the body? You are not located. You are all over the body. Okay. Similarly, if our consciousness is located in one part, and take that as my center, and from that standpoint you look at the other part of the world, this kind of locating it, centralizing it, locating means sticking to one part and making that as a your viewpoint and looking at the other part of the world is called jiva. This is called jivatva, isn't it? Now what we need to do is release yourself from that one location. As a conscious field, you see, the entire world is in your consciousness. Okay. The entire world is in your consciousness. And don't locate yourself in one part of the body or one body. You are not just a body alone. Body is in your consciousness as much as the rest of the world. Rest of the world is in my consciousness as much as the body is. As the body is, so the world is. Then don't divide that I am the body and I am located in the body. From the standpoint of the body, look at the rest of the world. This is what we have been doing it. That's a wrong thing. So therefore, don't stay as a body, but just to be yourself as a consciousness. The consciousness is spreading in all your experiences. Body is one part of your consciousness. Consciousness is not limited to the body. Body is one part of your consciousness. World is a part. House is a part. Your relatives are part. The earth is a part of your consciousness. Sky is a part of your consciousness. Water is a part. Sun is part. Moon is part. Wind is a part. The whole world is part of your consciousness. Then consciousness is equally distributed in the entire world. Like the wakeful consciousness, you are the waking state. You are the wakeful consciousness. Waking state means, don't call it state. State will come later. First you take it wakeful consciousness. Now, where is your wakeful consciousness located? Wakeful consciousness is conscious of the entire world. It is not located in the body, because in fact, body is part of your wakeful consciousness. World is within your wakeful consciousness. So here, when you are aware that, when you understand yourself as the wakeful consciousness, when you understand yourself as the wakeful consciousness, you have lifted yourself from the body. You stopped locating yourself in the body. That means you have dissolved your identity with the body. You are confining yourself to the body and taking the body as a point, body as a location, and look at the other world, other part of the world, taking body as one point. It is something like taking my right hand as a point and look at the other part of the body. See, when you look at the body, do you take one part of the body as a central part and look at the rest of the body? You just imagine. When you look at your body, when you are conscious of your body, are you conscious of the entire body? Or you find yourself located in one part of the body and staying as that part, like take as a hand, taking yourself as a right hand, and then from that right hand, look at the other parts of the body. I am the right hand. I look at the other part of the body. Do you see like that? When you look at a tree, where is the tree located? Is tree located in one part of it, like a one branch, one leaf, or one fruit? Where is the tree? Where do you locate the tree? Tree cannot be located in any one part of the tree. The idea of the tree is not located, is not locatable in any one part of the tree. Okay, you see, the idea of the tree is pervading entire tree. Similarly, my idea of me, the individual me, is pervading the entire body, It is not located in one particular part. All the parts are equally in my consciousness. No particular part can claim my extra attention or extra me. Me means consciousness. So, no particular part can claim extra me. That means identification. The identification word I have not used. Without using the word identification, I am explaining. Because purpose is watch your life, watch your anubhava, observe them and discover. Later word comes. If you use the word already, we get stuck with the word because our words have got certain laukika meanings, worldly meanings. Those worldly meanings condition us. So, if a word has got already a fixed meaning, it comes and interferes. That worldly meaning comes and interferes. Therefore, I just leave out tentatively that word and directly touch experience. And once you understand, then you say, oh, this is identity. Identity means what? First, your consciousness is located in one place and sticking to that place and taking that as a central point, looking at others. Location, viewpoint, and looking at others, taking that as a base. This kind of your base should not be limited. If you take base as a limited, that is called jivatvam. This is called samsara. This is called jiva. This is called avidya. This is called adhyasa. Okay. Now what is to do? We have to understand the truth. Understanding the truth means what? Atma is not something to be objectified. Understanding means what? Your consciousness which is located, which is limited to one given thing. Pull out from it. Pull out from it means what? De-identify from that one location. How to de-identify? Spread it, expand it to the whole universe. Your consciousness is not located in the body alone. It is located as a whole wakeful consciousness. See, where is your wakeful consciousness located? Tell me. Wakeful consciousness. Waking. Tell me, where is it? Consciousness. Pay attention to consciousness, not to object. Wakeful consciousness. Wakeful consciousness. You cannot locate. Okay? You cannot pinpoint a particular place. All the places you point out are part of your consciousness. Body is part of your consciousness. Sense organs are part of your wakeful consciousness. Okay? Similarly, the entire world is part of your wakeful consciousness. Wakeful consciousness is not locatable, is not limited to any one part. It is the whole. Okay? It is the whole waking world. Therefore, wakeful consciousness releasing itself from a part of the consciousness called body. Body is one part of your consciousness, one small part of your entire wakeful consciousness. Bodily consciousness is one small part of your entire wakeful consciousness. But what we do is, we generally limit ourselves to the body, locate ourselves in the body, fix ourselves to the body, and from the point of the body, look at the other part of the world. This is samsara. This is jivahood. So then what is jnana? Then what does the Shruti teach? No, Shruti gives you Atma Ekatva Jnanam, Atma is one, non-dual. When Shastra says, somebody objects, how Shruti, how Atma can give, how Upanishad can give Atma Jnanam? Because Atma is not an object. Yes, it is true, Atma is not an object. Then how can Upanishad teach it? Upanishad is not objectifying the Atman. Atman is consciousness. How can you objectify the consciousness? Consciousness is the one in which everything else is known. Then therefore, then how do you teach? Oh, Upanishad is not teaching you to objectify the consciousness. Neither it is teaching nor it is possible. Then what? Your consciousness is located, is limited to the body, one part of your entire consciousness. Your entire consciousness is wakeful consciousness. You are putting your wakeful consciousness to the one part of the one body alone, and taking body as a point, from that point looking at the other part of the world. Don't do that. Body and the remaining the world, both of them give equal distance. Keep equal distance from both body and the other part of the world. body and the remaining the part of the world, let both of them be equally conscious, equally within you. You are equal to body and the remaining world. Okay, I'll give you another example. When you enter into your room like this, you enter into the room. Where do you go? You go straight into the room, and you stand at a point and look at the world. Look at the room. When you stand at one point and look at the room, what happens? Only one part of the room you will be able to see. Another part from your back you can't see. You can't see, because if you are standing in the middle of the room, you can only see the other side of the one side of the room, other side becomes behind you. Or if you turn this way, what happens? This part is visible and the other part goes out of your sight. Okay. Now, how to bring the entire room into your attention without dividing it? Now you have divided the room. You have divided the room into two. Why? Because of your body. Body means one location in the room. You have taken one location in the room as a point to look at the room. You have taken one point in the room as a point from which you look at the room. Now you cannot see the entire room. Then how to see the entire room? You have to come out of the room. You come to the edge of the room. When you come out of the room, you can see the entire room in your consciousness. Similarly, I am located in the body, and look at the remaining the world from the body, from the sense organs, from the body through sense organs. No, you have to change it. This is what is Jnanam. This is what Upanishad teaches. How does Vedanta teach? Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam means what does happen? There is no Jnanam, there is no knowledge. Knowledge in the sense that there is no objectification. There is no objectification. You are only shifting your individual consciousness. Your consciousness being located in one point and taking that as a point, looking at the other, don't divide that. You release yourself from this point. Make your consciousness the whole wakeful consciousness. This is releasing you from yourself from a narrow identity of the body, mind, or sense organs. Body, sense organs, and mind, you are locating, you are identifying, you are limiting your consciousness to one part, leaving out the other part. Although other part is also within your consciousness. Time is up. I'll just take 2 minutes since I have started very late. 2 minutes I take. So your consciousness is located in the body, mind, and sense organs, and the other part is also within your consciousness, but you call them secondary. Primary is this. Don't make consciousness, one part of consciousness as a primary, other part of consciousness as a secondary. This is called subject-object division. Don't divide like that. No subject-object division. It is one indivisible consciousness. Okay. So you release your consciousness from the body and from the sense organs and from the mind. Then you are the one whole consciousness watching the entire waking state. Then body doesn't claim any extra me. Body doesn't claim my extra identity. Entire waking state is my identity. That means entire wakeful consciousness I am. Entire wakeful consciousness I am. Watch. Entire wakeful consciousness I am. So all the things including the body is within me. I am not the body. Body is within me. I am the whole wakeful consciousness. This way you have to release yourself from the one part. This is called Vedanta. How does the Vedanta teach? Vedanta teaches you to do this. Therefore, Vedanta only points out. He says, Nahi vayam pramana balena ekatmyam pratipadyamahe. We don't come to understand ekatmatvam, one atma. One atma means one consciousness, one indivisible consciousness we come to understand, not through pramana. Then what about the Shruti? Shruti also teaches not as an objectification, not through objectification, but swatas siddhameva aikatmyam shastrena upadishyate. Shastra only advises, suggests. Upadishyate means makes a suggestion, reminds. only. See, Upadishyate word is a very peculiar word in Sanskrit. It means makes a suggestion. Shastra only makes a suggestion. So, suggestion means what? See, why do you stick? Why do you put your consciousness in the body alone and taking as a body and look at others as somebody alien and I am the body? So, when you limit your consciousness to one thing, that's called I-ness, the sense of I. The notion of I starts there. Notion of I is there in due to attachment, attaching yourself to the one point. Now you have to release this is called melting away your ego, melting away your individuality, or releasing yourself from the location, releasing yourself from a limited point. Let your consciousness be liberated to the whole wakeful consciousness. This is called Sharanagati, this is called melting away, whatever word you use it. So your identity from one point is released. Then the consciousness becomes one whole wakeful consciousness. Therefore, this is how Shastra makes a suggestion. Shastra only suggests, it doesn't objectify, note it. Therefore, ekadhaiva anudrashtavyam etadapramayam dhruvam. Atma is aprameya. Atma is a non-object. This non-object Atma, how does it teach us? Ekadhaiva anudrashtavyam. See it as a one. One means what? See the whole world as one. Don't identify with one part and from that one part look at others. Okay. We identify with the body, from the location of the body look at the world. This division of me and the rest of the me, erase it. Erase the division and see the whole. Means erasing the division means erase your identity with the body. Lift it yourself from the body. See it as a whole field of consciousness, whole wakeful consciousness. Ekadhaiva anudrashtavyam ekadha. See as one consciousness, not as a located, and from that located point looking at others. Okay. Etad aprameyam dhruvam. This is aprameya and dhruva. Aprameya means non-objectifiable. Dhruva means self-existing. It is not that tentatively comes and goes. It neither comes nor goes. It is always there. Self-shining. It is always there, whether you pay attention or not. It is there. It is there on its own. Aprameya, not an objectifying. Objectifying means what? Taking body as a point. From the body, look at others as somebody other than the body. Isn't it? You take yourself as sense organs. Through sense organs, see somebody as other than the body. When you see them object of sense organs, object of the body, object of mind, object of the body you can't say, but just I am telling. Object of the body means taking one center location from base, from the base seeing it as something outside my base. That is called body location. Now don't locate yourself in the body. See, body and the rest of the world is one base. Entire world is one base. That's why entire waking state. Waking state means not giving any exclusive, not taking body as body alone, body as exclusive base of you. Your base is not body. Your base is the entire waking state. Lift yourself from the body and see yourself as the entire waking state. So this is called, you may use it Sharanagati or Bhakti or Vichara, self-observation, whatever you say. This observation is Vedanta pointing out, making a suggestion. Pay attention here, just suggesting. As you pay attention, you are free. Okay. Therefore, Virajaha, it is free from impurity. What is impurity? In Vedantic language, exclusive interest is impurity. Exclusive liking, attachment. Attachment, likings are impurities. Why? Why do we call attachment impurity, prejudice? Looking from one angle alone, the remaining. is called prejudice, is called attachment, is called exclusive interest, selective interest. This is called ragadvesha. This is called impurity. Impurity, why impurity? Because it is denying, it is obstructing the whole vision of the wakeful consciousness. It is obstructing the wakeful consciousness which is natural, which is pure, because it doesn't take any part of the waking state as me. It says the entire waking state as one consciousness. The sense of I notion melts away. Okay? The I notion melts away. You start seeing the entire state as consciousness. Okay, I have taken 10 minutes more. But what to do? I am unable to leave the topic in between. Once you start, you have to complete it. Okay? So, para akashad aja atma mahandrva iti aprameyata shravanat. Okay. Aprameyata. Therefore, Shruti is telling aprameya. See, Purvapakshi said, there is no pramana which can reveal Atma as nirvishesham. Siddhanti told, Swamiji replied, we don't use pramana to establish, to show Brahman. Brahman is self-established. You don't need to establish. Then what is the role of Shruti pramana? Shruti only makes a suggestion. Suggestion means what? Your attention, which was limited to one area, take out that. Take out your attention from one area, expand it to equally distribute to the entire waking state. That's all you need to do. Distribute means what? You just let your attention be natural attention. Instead of paying attention to one part, just remain conscious. Remain conscious. Just to be consciousness. Conscious of what? Conscious of what you leave out. Just to be conscious. Just to be conscious. You are conscious of the entire thing. Okay. This point we can stop here. Now next point comes aprapeyatve. Now he's putting another question. So we can safely postpone it to next class. So here one point is concluded. Aprameyatve katham tat pratipattihi katham va tadartham vedantaramba. If Atma is aprameya, unobjectifiable, unknowable, how does Vedanta teach and how am I to understand? Vedanta has to teach as an object. I have to understand it as an object. If I can't understand, then what is the point in listening? How can Vedanta also point out? That's a very interesting thing. We'll discuss next class. I'm sorry today I was late due to some ill health, some problem. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om Tat Sat.